From tomorrow night, all returnees from China, including residents and long-term pass holders from outside of Hubei province, will be subject to a 14-day stay-home notice. The Multi-Ministry Taskforce on COVID-19 said this in view of a substantial number of such persons looking to come back to Singapore after the Chinese New Year holidays in China. Cheryl Goh explains.
The stay-home notice, or SHN, is stricter than the existing leave of absence, which allowed individuals to leave their homes briefly to buy meals or groceries. Those placed under SHN will not be allowed to leave their homes at all. The notice will be issued to those affected when they arrive at the airport. Co-chair of the Multi-Ministry Taskforce and National Development Minister Lawrence Wong said the notice will help to limit the risk of transmission from the substantial number of individuals expected to come back from China.
First of all, we're not just talking about the PRC workers, we are also talking about Singaporeans, permanent residents who are in China now. And we want to just prepare for a scenario where they do come back in waves after the Chinese New Year period, and that's why we think we need a tighter and stricter regime to be put in place right now. We think this is appropriate at this juncture. It will ensure that we reduce the number of imported cases coming back from China, and then we can focus our energies on limiting or reducing the risk of local transmission of the virus within Singapore.
Mr. Wong also stressed that the notice is different from those under quarantine. Individuals on SHN are not suspected to have had close contact with confirmed cases, nor are they unwell or showing symptoms. The move is really an added precautionary measure. Mr. Wong added help will be provided for those who need assistance for food and daily necessities. A range of surveillance methods will be used to ensure compliance, for instance, video calls and spot checks.
We will use a whole range of methods to enforce and make sure that there is compliance with the regime, and we have already put in place some penalties, and we will ensure that the penalties are stricter. Right? So anyone who is on long-term pass that doesn't comply with the regime, we will revoke the passes. A Singaporean who doesn't comply with the regime, we will be able to prosecute under the Infectious Diseases Act.
With the notice, the government will also no longer issue any new leave of absences for returnees with recent travel history to mainland China.